benefits that they didn't claim originally. According to the IRS, 9 million Americans potentially have unclaimed money, and Sieber says with the 2021 tax year offering more benefits like increased child tax credits, you could have more money waiting for you.
You can still get those benefits. So if you have any reason to suspect that you didn't get all your credits or all your stimulus monies, go see a tax pro.
So we can verify no, just because the IRS is ending their free file program for 2021 doesn't mean you can't still get unclaimed benefits from that year. Sieber says you can amend your return on your own.
So some people may not qualify for any more monthly benefits. After changes have been made, the lawmakers say that millions of people on SNAP will continue to receive extra relief cash throughout the year. The benefit amount may decrease again this year, but so far, President Biden is still working on a fourth stimulus package. So there has been some breaking news on SNAP benefits. The recipients will receive another sizable payment in December. It includes a 12.5% cost of living approved for the fiscal year of next year. The 2022 COLA already kicked in October 1st. It will run again through September, which will help SNAP recipients offset rising food costs. But experts are warning about how the COLA may cut monthly SNAP benefits for people. There were significant changes that made the SNAP benefits this year. In September, the governor already announced an expansion to the state SNAP program. And according to the Department of Human Services, the change meant an additional 420,000 Pennsylvanians are eligible for food stamps. Pennsylvania increased the income threshold for applicants to 200% of the federal poverty income guidelines. But due to the cost of living adjustment, some Louisiana households may see a decrease in SNAP and other benefits, according to the Louisiana Department of Children and Services. This has so far affected millions of people under the Family Independence Temporary Assistance Program and SNAP program as well. State officials have said that these benefits will decrease in January. The cost of living is already increasing every single day. But now, once again, food inflation is outpacing overall inflation. What this means, though, is that SNAP recipients in the state of New York will once again receive more than $100 in their monthly benefits. SNAP has been crucial for many people in New York, and households that are currently at or near the maximum benefit level, which is about $1,000 for a household of 4, will receive SSI payments of at least $100. Benefits will post between December 12th and December 31st. An estimated $234 million in federal funding will be infused into New York's economy as a result of additional benefits. Since January, the program has contributed more than $2 billion into the state's economy, playing a critical role in the state's economic recovery in the wake of the crisis. According to a recent federal survey, SNAP generates up to $1.54 in economic activity for every dollar invested in the program. So, as food prices affected the number of factors, including extreme weather and supply chain complications, it makes it more difficult for the U.S. government to use tactics like raising the rates to moderate food prices. A number of party and refrigerator staples continued to get more expensive last month. The latest data even shows this. Eggs were a staggering 49% more expensive through November, and butter prices also increased by 27%. Overall, grocery and menu prices in November and December continue to go up half a percentage point every single month. So we're only left with one option now. It's for President Biden to do something about this and sending out stimulus payments. Because there is exciting news, the lawmakers have already unveiled a new bill. The bill will fund new programs. They aim to provide more relief to the low income across the country. Support for recurring stimulus is continuing to grow, and as we are seeing more relief being approved around for Americans, Idaho state lawmakers recently approved a program that sent $300 to individuals and $600 to joint filers in order to spend down the state's record budget surplus. Elevate Idaho. Here is a ton of news about the fourth stimulus payments, Social Security benefits, SSI, and SSDI. Continue watching this video because you don't want to miss out on this. The majority of Americans strongly support the federal government doing something for a fourth stimulus check, and there's 3 factors that we're going to go over in today's video. First of all, is whether Democrats and Republicans are going to find a way to get a bipartisan deal done on stimulus funds and for families. Republicans have not even been on board for another direct payment issue to most eligible adults, but a number of Republicans are in favor of expanding this child tax credit. And this has been a key priority for Democrats as well. Although there is a disagreement about how such a tax credit should be structured, it's possible from lawmakers both sides of the aisle that they will come together to find a compromise that will control Congress to split. So the Colorado senator has even acts one of the leading efforts in the Senate. He told CNN that Republican leaders decided to send a lump of coal to America's children last year, and we know that the most significant step Congress can take to help America's children is to support an expanded child tax credit. So when Congress took action on this in 2021, we cut child poverty in half in 2020. And so, as of right now, things will go back to the way they were before the American Rescue Plan, unless somebody does something for these stimulus payments. Because now the IRS said it recently finished correcting tax returns for 2020, which included overpayments for unemployment benefits that worked and received last year. And this means that it issued already 12 million tax refunds as a result. So the average tax refund is around $1,200, with the agency sending a total of $15 billion to taxpayers. So it may not seem like a lot, but it is. And so what we mean by this is that the average tax refund is around $1,200, everybody. $1,232. So with the agency sending a total of $15 billion back to taxpayers, well, the IRS has said that taxpayers were sent letters from the IRS to inform them about fixes to their 2020 tax filings. So now the tax review came about during the American Rescue Plan. Yes, during the American Rescue Plan, about 14 million tax returns were collected and corrected, but the IRS issued 12 million refunds for those filings. That added, individual married couples whose adjusted gross income was below 150 grand were also eligible to have some unemployment aid untaxed. And according to the IRS, taxpayers were eligible for the exclusion, and who haven't got a correction from the IRS may need to file an amended 2020 tax return to claim any refund. During his speech, McConnell said, "We all know inflation and the economy are the biggest problems facing Americans today. We are a big and a diverse country. 93% of Americans hardly ever agree on anything, but Democrats are unifying the country in unhappiness, at a dark path down which have taken our economy." McConnell once again blamed inflation on Congress, saying that last year, without a single Republican vote, the stimulus checks passed. McConnell warned that a budget reconciliation package under negotiation is going to put more pressure on the economy, citing more than $200 billion in tax increases. The package would include to extend the solvency of Medicare. McConnell told reporters business owners are watching apprehensively as Democrats debate another dose of bad policies. Now, you can expect a big stimulus check soon. Democrats and Republicans have officially signed into law legislation that is going to provide new stimulus checks to millions of low-income households with up to $1,000 in financial aid. Last year, the enhanced child tax credit provided millions of parents in the U.S. with financial relief. The last expanded child tax credit payment was dispersed in December, but the pause led to the increase in the number of children in poverty from 12.1% to 17%, also putting 3.7 million children below the poverty line. And now with inflation on the rise, plus a possible recession looming, several states and lawmakers are planning to send families with more money starting this year. 12 states are granting additional child tax credit to low-income families. Many families in need of extra money due to the cost of inflation will get $1,000 per child annually. Governor Phil Scott of Vermont has signed a new tax cut package that includes a statewide child tax credit for children to 5. The tax credit will phase out at a rate of $20 per every $1,000 earned over that threshold. The credit is fully refundable